green line. In a changing world economy, our education system needs to adapt and change to prepare students for good jobs and opportunities. Engaging in expert thinking and complex communication are necessary literacy skills for the 21st century. How is Missouri involved in the initial stages of development? Beginning with the end in mind, college and career readiness standards for English language arts and math were developed in the summer of 2009. In other words, states looked at the following questions. What do our colleges expect of a high school graduate? And what does our workforce expect of a high school graduate? Based on answers to these questions, K-12 learning progressions developed. The standards then went out for a public comment period, which drew over 10,000 responses, over 300 from Missouri. And yes, the document was changed based on the feedback received. Final standards were released on June 2nd, 2010. Missouri was represented on the development team. The best understanding of what works in education comes from practice and experience. That's why the standards were developed by teachers, principals, parents, education experts, and feedback from the general public. What's different? Implementing the revised English Language Arts Common Core state standards involves shifts tied to the goal of putting the high school graduate into college or the workforce. You will see an increase in nonfiction. The Common Core emphasizes building knowledge through content-rich nonfiction and informational texts in addition to literature. 21st century readers need opportunities to explore, analyze, and closely read a range of texts. The standards offer guidance. The what and the how are still up to the teachers. Using evidence from the text. The Common Core places a premium on student writing to sources. For example, using evidence from texts to present careful analyses, well-defended claims, and clear information. Complex text and academic vocabulary. The Common Core highlight the growing complexity of the text students must read to be ready for the demands of college and careers. Closely related to text complexity and connected to reading comprehension is a focus on academic vocabulary. Words that appear in a variety of content areas, such as synthesize and correspond. In math, you will discover notable shifts in implementation, such as a deeper focus on main concepts. Students develop a strong foundational knowledge and deep conceptual understanding and are able to transfer mathematical skills and understanding across concepts and grade levels. Coherence. Principals and teachers carefully connect the learning within and across grades so that students can build new understanding from foundations built in previous years. A student's understanding of learning progressions can help them recognize that they are on track and can help them to productively take more responsibility for improving their own skills. Rigor. Teachers at all grade levels identify opportunities for students to apply math concepts in real-world situations. Since 2010, the department has been working with educators and school districts across the state to prepare through a variety of mediums for the transition. Local districts and state education organizations have also been working together to build a seamless transition. Districts are at various stages of implementation, but are on their way towards full implementation by 2014-15. Currently, practicing teachers are receiving professional development to assist in making instructional changes. Pre-service teachers in colleges and universities are receiving instruction in implementing the new standards. And Missouri education officials are working together to ensure K-12 standards and entry-level college standards are in alignment. Other facts to consider before we wrap up. The federal government played no role in the development of the Common Core state standards, recognizing that teachers, school districts, and states should decide on appropriate curriculum. The standards do not offer such things as required reading lists. They establish what students need to learn, but do not tell teachers how to teach so they can tailor instruction, allowing for continued flexibility and creativity. There is no data collection requirement of states adopting the Common Core state standards. Standards define expectations for what students should know and be able to do by the end of each grade. Implementing the standards does not require data collection. We will close our formal presentation by hearing again firsthand about what this looks like in Missouri classrooms. Beth Houff is an elementary principal in Fulton Public Schools.
Actually, what I think is I'm going to see the biggest change in kindergarten and first grade. We have really, the rigor is different, and we bumped it up. And I think when I first was trained in Common Core, I was a little taken back that, oh my goodness, I don't know that 5-year-olds can do these things. And what we've seen, though, is 5-year-olds can do these things, and they can do above and beyond what is expected in Common Core. When you set the bar at a certain level and you give guidance and support and show the kids what they should be doing and lead and guide them, they can meet that. And sometimes we were setting our bar a little too low, and sometimes they trip over the bar instead of when you have it set high, they really can meet those expectations. We have a guide for the teachers, but they are choosing how they're implementing the instruction in the classroom to best meet the needs of their children, because we have 3 kindergarten classrooms here. They're 3 different classrooms with 3 different needs. So they have just as much flexibility as they did with the GLEs that were before Common Core. Our mission here at our school, which is very similar to the other elementary schools, are high levels of learning for all. And that's what the Common Core, we don't do anything at the school that doesn't work with our mission. And the Common Core has really helped us with that, is that kids need to learn at high levels, and the standards within the Common Core and the indicators are all, they follow with that. Exactly. And what's great is it's not just some kids that are able to perform. I mean, all of our students are able to get there, and the ones that aren't, we're figuring out how to intervene and help them. So we would definitely continue with what we're seeing.
The standards provide students, parents, and teachers with a clear understanding of what students are expected to learn at every grade level, and as such, serve as a roadmap to quality education. Outcomes improve when students, parents, and teachers are on the same page, working together toward shared goals. Okay, at this time we're going to have to figure out how to facilitate some table discussions. Dr. Ritter, are there other rooms that we could branch into with some of the folks here that aren't at a table?
Why can't we just have an open conversation?
Let's just do it
Because
together.
that's not our
It's
purpose tonight.
productive.
It's
We need to
it's
talk.
far more
We need to
productive,
talk.
and this is the Delphi technique.
Yeah.
So
We
they
need
want
to
to break
talk.
us up into smaller groups so that we can't hear what everybody else is
We're
saying.
going to report out at the end on what
No, we're
everybody-
going to do it now. Who wants to do it now?
Let's
Right
do it
here,
now.
right now.
Everybody.
Everybody in the room.
I want them here.